So, Christoph, I wondered if you might be able to shed some light on what on earth happened to the Tislaus, because the land's still there, but they are evaporated, they've gone.
When Hitler came to power, the Nazis agreed with the Soviet Union, at this time allied with Germany, Nazi Germany, to divide Europe into spheres of influence.
In August 1939, just before the outbreak of the Second World War, Germany and the Soviet Union signed a non-aggression pact, which gave control of part of Poland to Germany and gave Lithuania to the Soviets.
Like most members of the German-Lithuanian minority, they decided to take up the offer of the German authorities to return.
Which is now Hitler's Germany. So presumably they can prove to the German authorities, I guess,
yes,
that they originally came from Germany and therefore had a right to resettle back in the motherland as it was. Or the fatherland, I guess, now.
Yes, they could prove that. Maybe you can have a look at the first...
This is such a wee thing, this.
Yeah. It's Albert, Anna's brother.
God, that's my great-grandmother's brother.
Sue's great-great-uncle, Albert Tislau, and his family arrived at a German resettlement camp in March 1941. They were subjected to medical examinations, which were a cover for racial profiling. The Nazis had created 4 racist categories. Group 1, Aryan and above average. Group 2, average. Group 3, below average, or of mixed race. And Group 4, unacceptable.
This was based on measuring the nose, the distance between the eyes, the head shape, things like that. Completely unscientific, but the Nazis believed in that.
Is it the top number?
Yes.
3. Even if they survive this process, it is directly, this is what really upsets me, it's directly at the cost of somebody else. If the head shape is right, somebody else's is wrong. This is a zero-sum game for humanity.
So maybe you have a look at the next document. This is now Emilia,
This
Albert's
is his wife.
wife.
I can see her siblings listed there.
You can see the 4th one. Adeline was classified in Nazi terminology as deaf, mute, and imbecile. Today we would say she was deaf and with a learning disability. After her name, you can see it looks like an upside-down Y. This Nazi symbol for death and the year 1942. Since 1939, there was a program to execute, to kill those with hereditary, especially mental illnesses.
Oh, sorry, Christoph. It's just hardcore, isn't it? It just feels like the whole family was just in a vice and just trying to do what's best, and it's just tightening, and it's tightening, it's tightening, until eventually they're just...
Albert and his family were never resettled and spent over a year in a Nazi holding camp. In 1944, the Soviet army invaded. Albert tried to escape, but was captured. For the next decade, he was forced to work under Soviet rule as an agricultural laborer.
My great-grandmother's family were asked as German Lithuanians to go back to the motherland, and they're then subject to being graded and analysed, and then in some cases murdered by a regime for whom they are not German enough. And eventually they return to Lithuania, and guess what? They're too German. And they're just pushed from pillar to post because they are ethnically blended, because they are neither one thing or the other, too much, too little. And then I catch myself thinking, well, thank goodness my great-grandmother's got out. Anna is in England. And then I remember she didn't get out. To the English in 1915, she's another bloody foreigner. She's the enemy. And you forget when you study history that there are real, everyday people and that they always pay the price for the decisions that the big guys make.